When you think of the legendary Saiyan Prince, Vegeta, the first images that come to mind are probably of his fierce demeanor, his iconic scouter, and his constant rivalry with Goku. But let's be real for a second. When it comes to Dragon Ball, Vegeta has a bit of a reputation. He's the quintessential jobber. Yeah, you heard me right. Vegeta, the proud warrior, often finds himself as the stepping stone for the real star of the show, Goku. Before we go further, let's clarify what a jobber is for those who might not know. In wrestling, and by extension, in anime, a jobber is a character who is there to lose. Their job is to make the opposing villain look good, often putting them over to elevate their status. In the world of Dragon Ball, Vegeta fits this mold perfectly. He's a character that often loses to the villains in such a way that it serves as a narrative device to make Goku shine even brighter. When we first meet Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z, he's introduced as a ruthless antagonist, a Saiyan prince who's stronger than any Earthling could hope to be. But right from the get-go, we see the patterns that will define his character throughout the series. He's brought in to challenge Goku and instill some urgency and danger into the narrative. But how does it usually end? With Goku stepping up and showing him who's boss. Take their first battle on Earth, for instance. Vegeta comes in hot, ready to destroy everything in his path. But Goku, with his ever-optimistic spirit and a power level that seems to just keep rising, ultimately gets the upper hand. Sure, Vegeta puts up a decent fight, but in the end, he's just a way for Goku to show off his growing powers. That's classic jobber behavior right there. Goku lays the smackdown on Vegeta, absolutely destroying him and making him beg for his life like a little coward. Moving on to the Frieza saga, one of the most iconic arcs in Dragon Ball history. Here, Vegeta really gets a chance to shine. Or at least, that's what you'd think. He initially appears to be the strongest fighter in the saga, and he even shows some serious potential when he battles Frieza. But what happens? Frieza, the ultimate villain of the arc, completely destroys Vegeta without breaking a sweat. Vegeta's moments of glory are snuffed out, and he's reduced to a mere plot device to show just how powerful Frieza truly is. He even cries during this saga. Cries like a baby. The sad part? Vegeta's defeat serves a purpose. It's not just a loss. It's a moment that propels Goku into his legendary Super Saiyan transformation. Frieza wipes the floor with Vegeta, and in that moment of desperation, Goku emerges, and the stakes are raised to astronomical levels. Vegeta's failure isn't just a bump in the road. It's a catalyst for Goku's growth. Next up, we have the Cell Saga, where you'd think Vegeta would finally catch a break and actually get to show off how strong he is. He even manages to achieve the infamous Super Saiyan transformation. But what does that lead to? Vegeta's arrogance leads him to believe he can take on Cell, but of course, Cell wipes the floor with him. Once again, his defeat serves to elevate another character, in this case, Gohan. Let's also not forget what happened earlier in the saga with Android 18. Vegeta's defeats often have a twofold effect. Not only does he lose the fight, but his failure also becomes a driving force for Goku or another character to rise up. It's almost like he's part of a greater plan, one that revolves around showcasing the strength of others while his own potential gets overshadowed. And then we hit the Majin Buu saga, where things reach peak status for our dear Saiyan Prince. After being manipulated by a no-name green imp and turning into Majin Vegeta, he finally seems to get a moment to shine. This is Vegeta at his most ruthless, eager to prove that he's not just second fiddle to Goku. But what happens? He faces off against Goku in a fantastic battle, but when it comes down to it, his moment of pride and power is still just a setup for Goku to shine. Goku doesn't even bother going Super Saiyan 3. Eventually, Vegeta's fight with Majin Buu goes about as well as you'd expect from him. He puts up a good fight, but ultimately gets taken down. Again, his defeat serves to highlight the threat that Buu poses, making it clear that only Goku, the series' true hero, has a shot at winning this battle. Now, it's not all doom and gloom for Vegeta. He does eventually have moments of triumph, especially in the later arcs of Dragon Ball Super. The thing is, even those moments often come with caveats. His victories are rarely straightforward, and more often than not, they play into the larger narrative that's always revolving around Goku. Take the Tournament of Power arc, for example. Vegeta does showcase some serious skills and gets to have some great moments. But, in typical Vegeta fashion, he's still framed in a way that serves to boost Goku's journey. Whenever he shows off, it's often followed by Goku having an even bigger moment that overshadows his progress. It's almost like a running joke at this point. Vegeta will look impressive, only to have Goku swoop in and steal the spotlight. A big part of Vegeta's jobber status is rooted in his rivalry with Goku. This rivalry is a driving force throughout the series, creating a complex relationship where Vegeta is constantly trying to prove himself. He's not just fighting for victory, he's fighting to outshine Goku. But in doing so, he often finds himself taking losses that are integral to Goku's growth. Take their training sessions, for instance. They're often filled with competitive tension, but when the chips are down, Goku emerges as the victor. Whether it's in sparring matches or real battles, Vegeta's competitive spirit drives him to push himself, yet it's Goku who ultimately reaps the benefits. This dynamic not only showcases Vegeta's tenacity, but also reinforces his role as a jobber. He's the foil to Goku, always pushing him to new heights, but rarely being able to match them himself. One of the fascinating things about Vegeta's character is how his jobber status adds depth to his arc. As a character, he undergoes significant development. From his early days as a ruthless villain, he transitions into a complex figure grappling with pride, redemption, and the desire to protect those he loves. This complexity often shines through in moments where he steps back and acknowledges Goku's strength. It's a mix of frustration and respect that makes their rivalry so compelling. Vegeta's jobber status adds layers to his personality, transforming him from just a prideful prince into a multi-dimensional character that fans can relate to. His journey is about more than just fighting. It's about understanding his place in a world dominated by someone else's light. Despite his jobber status, Vegeta has cultivated a massive fan base. Why? Because fans resonate with his struggle. Many people see parts of themselves in Vegeta, his determination, his pride, and his relentless pursuit of strength. His character embodies the idea that it's not just about winning. It's about the journey and the growth along the way. Fans love to root for the underdog, and in many ways, Vegeta fits that role perfectly. Even as a prince, he often finds himself outmatched and overshadowed. This relatability has led to countless fan theories, memes, and discussions about Vegeta's potential and what it means to be a jobber in a series where the stakes are always high. Let's take a moment to explore the implications of Goku and Vegeta's rivalry on the narrative. Goku's character is often framed as the embodiment of hope and perseverance. He's the one who continually breaks through limits, learns new techniques, and finds a way to defeat even the most insurmountable foes. In contrast, Vegeta, despite his immense power, often represents the struggle against one's own limitations. His losses serve as a constant reminder that raw power isn't always enough. This thematic dichotomy plays out beautifully throughout the series. Whenever Goku triumphs, it's often juxtaposed against Vegeta's struggles, which enhances the emotional stakes for both characters. As Dragon Ball continues to evolve, fans are left wondering whether Vegeta will ever break free from his jobber status. Will there come a time when he gets to shine in a way that's truly independent of Goku? There are moments in Dragon Ball Super that suggest this could happen. The development of Ultra Ego, for example, presents an interesting new facet to Vegeta's character. His transformation allows him to embrace his Saiyan nature more fully, tapping into a power that emphasizes his pride and ferocity. This evolution has potential narrative implications. Could we finally see a version of Vegeta who can stand on equal footing with Goku? The possibility is there, and it fuels a lot of fan discussions and theories. The beauty of Vegeta's character is that he represents the journey of growth, not just in strength but also in personal development. If he does manage to surpass Goku, or at least reach a point where he is no longer relegated to jobber status, it would be a monumental shift in the narrative. The stakes would rise, and fans would be here for every moment of it. As we look at Vegeta's journey, it's clear that he embodies themes of perseverance and self-improvement. While he may be the ultimate jobber in the traditional sense, his character transcends this label. He teaches us that even in defeat, there can be growth, resilience, and a refusal to give up. His role often allows other characters to flourish, and in doing so, he becomes a crucial part of the series' larger narrative tapestry. Vegeta's character arc showcases the struggle of striving for greatness, even when the odds are stacked against you. It resonates with anyone who has ever felt overshadowed, offering a sense of relatability and hope. Vegeta's role as a jobber is not just a narrative quirk. It has significant implications for the series as a whole. His defeats serve to elevate the stakes of every battle, creating tension and urgency. Each time he faces a new threat, fans are left wondering whether this will finally be the moment he breaks free from his role. This ongoing uncertainty keeps viewers invested in his journey. So here's to Vegeta, the eternal jobber, the warrior who fights valiantly, and the character who has captured the hearts of many. His journey is a testament to the idea that sometimes the path to greatness is riddled with challenges and setbacks. And while he may still be playing the jobber in the grand narrative of Dragon Ball, his potential to rise above that status keeps fans eagerly anticipating his next move. Ultimately, Vegeta's story is far from over, and we can only hope that one day he'll finally get the moment he deserves to shine on his own terms.